Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Montana's next United States Senator, Matt Rosendale.
Okay, this is what we've been waiting for. All glory and honor to God. Thank you, Montana. The battle of the flat tops has finally begun. Tonight, we are one step closer to defeating Jon Tester. I want to thank all the volunteers, supporters, and the people of Montana for working so hard to achieve this win tonight. This is not a victory speech. We have to earn that. We have to go through to November, and we have to work together, and that's when we will come back and give the victory speech. Thank you all so much for staying here through this evening. As we know, it takes a while to calculate all these votes up, and I really do appreciate you staying into the wee hours here, almost at midnight. I want to thank my wife, Jean, who I prefer to call the prettiest barber in Montana. And my family, who has been very supportive to me. My son here, Matthew, is able to be with us tonight, and my extended family, who's basically around the country and around the state. You know, this is going to be one of the most competitive races in the nation. Jon Tester is vulnerable, and President Trump has made winning Montana a priority. Jon Tester is not the same person he was when he entered the Senate nearly 12 years ago. He's gone Washington. He's hanging out with the lobbyists and the elitists. He has literally bought a home in Washington and moved to Washington. Look at the record. He's gone Washington. He'll tell us one thing while he's here in Montana, and then he goes back to Washington, D.C., and he takes his counsel from Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, and he gives them very loyal votes. He has forgotten about the people he represents here in Montana. Enough is enough. He has to run a campaign on denials. That is the only opportunity he has. He has to deny the reality that Obamacare is a train wreck. He has to deny the reality that the VA is in a shambles. He has to deny the reality that you have more money in your paycheck because of the legislation that was just recently passed, that he voted against, by the way. And he has to deny the reality that Neil Gorsuch is an extremely good addition to the Supreme Court. We have a great opportunity this election cycle to replace Jon Tester. But I will tell you, it's going to take the unity of everyone in this room and everyone across this entire state. And if we pull together, we can send him back to Big Sandy. Or to his home that he bought in Washington, D.C., if he would prefer. Either way, no more will we be making good deals with bad countries. No more will we be putting the interest of illegal aliens before the interest of Montana children and our nation's military. No more will we have a senator who votes against tax cuts for you while he grants bonuses for his own offices. And no more will it be Obamacare for us, special care for him, and no care for our veterans. There's a lot of people that run for office, and they say that they want to reduce the size and scope of government. They promise to uphold our values and to honor the Constitution. How many times have we heard it? Jon Tester has become part of that corrupt system back in Washington, D.C. That's not the case with me. I mean business, and I serve the way that I campaign. And I think that your past performance is a true indicator of what your future results are going to be. In Helena, you asked me to reduce spending, and I did. And I reduced regulations, and I protected your property rights and your gun rights and the sanctity of life. And as your next United States Senator, I will do the same thing. Folks, I am not running in this race to bring home the bacon. I am running this race to slaughter the hog of big government. I'll fight for more freedom and prosperity and liberty for all Montanans. We need to send President Trump some conservative reinforcements who will end the liberal obstruction and work with him to pass his agenda of making America great again. Because what's good for our nation is great for Montana. The stakes couldn't be higher this November. Everything is on the line. If we let John Tester and the liberals seize control of the United States Senate, they will undo all of the progress that we've made. We can't let that happen. We won't let that happen. Now's the time for us to come together and unite and defeat John Tester. Thank you all again for coming out tonight. Thank you for staying into the wee hours of the evening. God bless each and every one of you, and good night.